fairly soon, within the next few years, we're going to have a fairly big new reconnaissance vehicle called Scout, that's up to 30 tonnes, so a very different vehicle from that one we just saw. Right, another type of vehicle, we will be seeing tanks, don't worry, a bit later on, but another type of vehicle now looks similar to that first one, but this one's got a very different role on the battlefield. If you've seen our trench diorama with that last remaining Mark I First World War tank, you can see that's going forward and crushing the barbed wire, and our soldiers, the British soldiers, are marching along behind it to get in the German trenches without getting held up. Was around 3 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour with the wind behind you. That's about marching pace. It didn't want to go much faster than that because it didn't want to lose the soldiers it's losing across the battlefield. Now by the Second World War, tanks are doing many more things. They're not just factory rounds. They're doing many more things on the battlefield, and they're doing all that much faster. So countries start building vehicles to put the soldiers in the back to keep up with the tanks. And when this vehicle was built in the 1960s, pretty much every country that built a tank built a box on tracks like this one to go forward and take the soldiers into action. Now this particular vehicle, this is called FV432, Fighting Vehicle 432. Sometimes vehicles get nice names, sometimes they seem to get lumbered with the production number. Now the 432 started service in the end of the 1960s. It's still in service with the British Army today. You may just have seen one drive past us about 5 minutes ago. So it's a really long-serving vehicle in the British Army. It starts life as an armoured personnel carrier, in other words carrying the soldiers in the back, but they've used it for lots of other things as well. Some were made into engineer carrying variants, they had mortars in, some were used as command posts, some as ambulances. Because it's a very basic vehicle. You've got the engine at the front next to the driver. He's got that square hatch that's open at the moment. Again, if he comes under fire, drops his seat down, looks out of the periscope. Commander sits behind. Sometimes they fit a machine gun there to put down suppressing fire on the enemy. And the section of 8 soldiers are on bench seats in the back. So it's really just like a square box in the back there where the soldiers go. Big door on the rear. And the army sometimes calls these battle taxis. They're for taking the soldiers across the battlefield to where the fighting is. They don't fight from inside this vehicle, they jump out the door and they finish the attack on foot. Now, these 432s, ones that are still in service, like many armoured vehicles nowadays, they don't scrap them, they send them back to the factories, they get them upgraded. So they've got new engines, new gearboxes, and like many modern army vehicles, if they go off to fight, that's when they bolt all that extra armour and protection, sometimes electronic countermeasures, all sorts of extra bits on the outside, and that's what the military call Theatre Entry Standard, or TES. That's what it looks like when it goes to war. When it's back here training, it's almost like a pared down bare vehicle with very little extras put on it. Now the main role of armoured personnel carrier is actually taken over by the Warrior in the British Army Service. That's a much bigger vehicle, and the military call that an IFV, the military love all these abbreviations, IFV Infantry Fighting Vehicle, because the soldiers inside it can actually fight from the vehicle as well as being delivered by it. And that's got a turret on the top with a thumping great 30mm cannon on it. So it's a very powerful vehicle and a very fast vehicle. Going back to speed being the defence, the Warrior's engine is actually a starter motor from a destroyer, so it can belt that vehicle around the battlefield really quickly, deliver the troops.